Good morning, everyone. So I'm back with another video. This one is me setting up my Greenstalk planters. Greenstalk planters are a good way that you can grow vertically. It saves space if you don't have a lot of space or you just want to plant something on your back deck or patio. These are awesome. I have quite a few. And I plant all types of things in them: lettuce, greens, herbs. This one is actually going to be for my herbs. I also have a 7-tier leaf planter that has shorter tiers, and I plant strawberries in them that come back every year. My kids love to go out and just have a little snack whenever they want to of some nice strawberries. So today what I'm actually going to do is fill up each tier and stack them up, and then I'm going to plant some herbs. So these are the rolling casters that you can get with them. I've had mine for some years, and they didn't have the spinning casters that they have now, so I still have the rolling casters. I can lock the wheels so that they don't roll all over the place, or I can have them where the wheels are not locked, which is usually what I do, so that I can move them around on the deck or on the back patio. So you want to use potting soil anytime you are filling up these Greenstalk planters. These are technically containers. So anytime you plant in containers, you don't want to use regular garden soil because it will pack down too much. And that's not good for when you're trying to plant in those small containers. You want to use the looser potting soil. They are made for that purpose. I fill it all the way up. So in this case, because I'm planting starts, I'm not going to fill it all the way to the line, which is at the very edge of the planters. I'm going to just fill it up right maybe an inch below that, because I am going to go and dig down into this so that I can plant my starts. If I was starting from seeds, then that's not something that I would need to do. But because I'm starting with some herb starts, I'm going to leave a little bit of space so that I'm not just kind of scooping large pieces of dirt out. They come in different colors, and of course, as you can see, I have multiple colors all over my patio. You can stack them with the same colors, how they come, but I choose to stack mine with alternating colors, and you can mix them up however you like. I do want to go ahead and address this before I get a bunch of hate mail. I am using Miracle-Gro potting mix. Absolutely. They were on sale. I got them at the end of the season last year. And as a person who has to budget to maintain a household by herself, this is what I'm going to use. Some people do use some more organic, and I've also used more organic potting mix. But at the end of the day, we are trying to live a sustainable life and affordable life. And so what was on sale is what I'm going to use. I am not going to add any other chemicals to this outside of just fertilizing with some, and I do have organic fertilizer. However, I am not considered an organic grower. I do still believe that growing this way, even without everything being organic, is healthier and easier for me and my family. That is my disclaimer on the potting mix that I'm using. All right, so I'm also going to help you out here as far as how much it's going to take to fill up these Greenstalk planters, because when I purchased them years ago, I did not know. I had no clue, and it actually took more than what I thought. So the way that I purchase my bags to fill these up now is 2 cubic foot bags will fill up 2 tiers. So 1 cubic foot per tier of the 5-tier Greenstalk planters. But the 7-tier Greenstalk planters, because they are a little more shallow, I can fill up 2.5 tiers with the 2 cubic foot bags. Sometimes I can fill up all 3 tiers. It really just depends on if I am filling it all the way up to the line or if I am leaving a little bit of space to put starts in. But that's how I will calculate it. So 2 cubic feet bags, or more like 1 cubic foot per tier in the Greenstalk planters. You do not have to empty them out every year when you are going to plant them again the next year. The only reason these were empty was because, of course, you all know I purchased a house last year and my movers dumped all of my Greenstalk planters out thinking that I didn't need them. And actually I could have just moved them with the soil in it. I just didn't let them know that when they were moving my stuff. So I have to start over with filling each one of them up. But you don't have to do that every year. Once they're filled up, all you have to do is to amend the soil before planting them again. Because these are containers, again, watering it more often is necessary, and also adding nutrients is necessary because they're not able to reach, like within your in-ground garden, they can reach down and get more nutrients from the soil. This is not the case when you have containers, so you do have to add more nutrients, you have to add more water as time goes on. But it's still a good option. I still love it. That is just the only kind of, I'll say, setback, but not really a setback to having container plants. Now, the good thing about this container is it has a water basin at the top. You fill the water basin up and it'll water each tier evenly. You can also add your fertilizer to a watering can or some gallon jugs before you put it in the watering basin, and that way it will spread the fertilizer throughout each tier as well. So I shook it to make sure that when I locked it, it didn't move. And now it's on to planting it. So this is going to be my herb tower. I have a lettuce tower and a strawberry tower, as I mentioned before. I'm planting basil, cilantro, and rosemary today. I started some other herbs from seeds, but I got these from the nursery. And when I get my starts from the nursery, I try to get the starts that have multiple seedlings in each cell. This one had 4 seedlings in one cell, and so I'm planting or separating them and planting them as different plants. And what you want to do is kind of just gently tug on them to separate them. You don't want to rip off all of the root system, but if you gently tug and shake a little bit, you can get the roots to separate as good as possible before you put them in the cells. Again, I'm going to dig a little bit of a hole, drop the plant inside, and then backfill it. But by not filling it all the way up to the top, it allows me that space so I'm not just taking all of the dirt out of the cells that I just put in there. Now, this is going to probably pack down over time as you're watering and the plants grow. However, each year, like I said, you're going to amend your soil, which means you're going to be adding more to it. So it's nothing wrong with having the soil level just a little bit below the line. Now, again, if you're starting seeds, you want to have it all the way filled up because you need to be able to get the sun to reach where the little seedling will pop up through the dirt. Now here, I forgot that I am also planting some garden sage. So the sage plants is what I'm planting now. And I actually didn't separate these because they were planted so close together that it looked like it was all one plant. And I didn't want to decapitate or tear the plant. So I just planted them in the cell together. So I kind of skipped ahead and went ahead and planted the rest of my herbs. And now I am going to water it. I am going to add just a little bit of fertilizer because these herbs were sitting in the trays that I bought them in for a little over a week, and they started to turn a little yellow. So all the nutrients had been sucked up out of the little pots that they were in. So I wanted to make sure I added some fertilizer and got them watered in really good. The soil was already moist before I planted them, so they aren't going to dry out or anything. And that is it. Thanks again for planting with us at another day on Royal Roots Homestead. And until next time, be blessed.